championship begins with one small step. It starts with the effort you bring. Whether you win or lose, what matters is that you have a common goal. And to reach that goal, it takes a united team acting as one. We come together to witness these heroes of the hardwood pour their heart and soul onto the court. This is High School Hoops presented by NEPAbasketball.com.
Welcome inside Dunmore High School. We're in Lackawanna County. Tonight, it's a Lackawanna League Division III showdown between division leader Mid-Valley and the Dunmore Bucks. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob I, joined courtside tonight by Matt Schaefer from NEPAbasketball.com. And Matt, is this a bigger game for the Spartans or the Bucks?
Spartans need this one. They're off to a great start, 15-2, but the way that the district power rankings are, they have to stay in the third spot. A loss tonight hurts that chance. They need a win.
Let's time now to check in on our Asher Wealth Advisor spotlight player. First for Mid-Valley, they won 9 straight. It's Colin Hazelton.
Colin Hazelton, a senior guard, broke his foot in gym class before the season. He missed the first half of the year. Colin's really athletic with a lot of experience, and he'll be the key tonight for Mid-Valley.
Dunmore's lost 3 of 4 games. They need Frankie Ruggiero to have a big game.
Yeah, Frankie Ruggiero, sophomore shooter. He can shoot the lights out, and they need Frank to be a really good complement for Dan Walsh tonight. If they do, Dunmore has a shot.
Time now for our Toyota keys to the game, Matt. First for Mid-Valley.
Mid-Valley needs to make sure that they can stop dribble penetration. Ruggiero can shoot from the 3, but he'll get set up from Daniel Walsh's penetration. Second thing Mid-Valley needs to do is they need to get out. They need to run. And if they can score in the open court, they'll be successful.
And how about for Dunmore?
Dunmore needs to get back in transition because obviously if Mid-Valley wants to run, Dunmore needs to slow them down and pick them up at the 3-point line. The other thing they need to do is control the clock by running their offensive sets. If they can run their offensive sets, then what ends up happening is it shortens the game and gives them a better shot.
This is the second meeting of the season between the two teams. Mid-Valley won the last time these two teams met, 31-27. When we come back, it's the starting lineups and the opening tip. It's Mid-Valley and Dunmore next.
This is High School Hoops presented by NEPAbasketball.com.
At this time, please remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Here now are your starters for Mid-Valley, 15-2 overall. It's Miller, Toludo, Rosenkrantz, Hazelton, and O'Connor, the sophomore guard. For Dunmore, 7-9 overall, 3-4 in the division. Tommy Doherty, 6'2", biggest guy on the court for the Bucks. Cordero, Temperino gets the start, Walsh, and Ruggiero. Those are your starters tonight as we get set for this Lackawanna League matchup between the Spartans, who are in the blue and white, and the Dunmore Bucks, who are in white with the blue. Low-scoring game last time, Matt Schaefer. What do we expect this time?
Well, if you're Mid-Valley and Coach Abda, you're expecting this game to be much more high-scoring because you want to get out in transition. Dunmore wants to keep this game low. The slower the game, the less possessions, but it's going to make for a very slow basketball game.
Let's see what happens off the opening tip. Miller going against Doherty, and Miller wins the toss, and it's Hazelton who grabs the ball. Rosenkrantz will run the point. Mid-Valley averaging 49 points per game. Dunmore giving up 43 points per game. Lowest output for both teams this year was in their game they played against each other.
One of the keys of the game tonight is going to be how hard they can hit the offensive rebound. If you're Dunmore, you've got to box out every single possession. The first play of the game and you've got an offensive rebound, an ominous start for Dunmore tonight.
Borgia with the ball into the corner. Ruggiero off the mark. Good offensive board, and count it for Borgia.
Dunmore picking up full court surprises me a little bit, but the nice thing about doing that is they're going to try to slow Mid-Valley down, not just in the half court, force them to take long shots, but if they can make them take more time bringing the ball up, it'll slow the game down as well.
Both teams go about 7 or 8 deep. Mostly you'll see 7 guys play for each team. Turnover for the Spartans.
Dunmore came out in a zone. Mid-Valley looked to overload the zone there, but no backside help for Mid-Valley, and the ball went out of bounds.
There you saw the referees, Gaffney, Gross, and Williams.
Mid-Valley's out here in a man-to-man defense tonight. Very aggressive man-to-man on Daniel Walsh, number 10 for Dunmore. Mid-Valley's best athlete, Colin Hazelton's the one that's going to draw that assignment tonight. Here we go, fast break.
Rosenkrantz knocked away by Borgia, but it will remain Spartans ball out of bounds. Good crowd on hand here at Dunmore. Both student sections well represented. Here, look at it again.
Tip pass, here you go. Rosenkrantz tries to go length of the court. Very nice. Great defense, though. That's a great job by Borgia of just trying to get in there and swipe a hand down.
Good hit by Rosenkrantz.
3 from the corner out of bounds. Dunmore looks to run a little bit. I like their speed. Counter speed with more speed.
19-3 for Rosenkrantz. Into Walsh, really first touch of the game. They're all over him. Doherty, high arcing shot. Toledo pulls it in. And Borgia with good defense.
That's twice Borgia's got some hustle tips. You talk to young players about what's a good way to play defense. First off, you want to sit down, you want to get in a chair, have a good, strong base to your defense. But if you can tip passes, then you're going to have a great success as a defensive player.
Inside to Toledo. Turn around, no good.
Nice save, athletic play by Daniel Walsh. Looks to get it up quick.
Walsh, the team's leading scorer, 11 points per game. Right back, good inside cut by Walsh. Excuse me, Doherty. Back to Toledo. Rosenkrantz again for 3 off the mark.
Another offensive rebound. Toledo with a couple hustle plays. Great opportunity, but he calls the timeout while he's on the floor. We're going to keep the possession, stay on the baseline.
And we'll stay right here. 30-second timeout. There's Tony Lacertosa, 15th season here with Dunmore.
Gentleman as a coach. I used to referee. Tony was very nice to me from what I saw. You never knew what the coaches were saying when you turned your back and ran down court, but was always a nice guy. So was Mike Abda. Mike, as a younger coach, would get a little bit more fired up.
Here's the last meeting, as I mentioned, January 8th. Very low scoring up in Troop. More pace that Dunmore likes to see. Unfortunately, they came up on the wrong side of that score. Ball's placed on the ground. Ruggiero hits it. Almost hit a couple kids out of bounds. Trying to get to their seats.
Mid-Valley took a long time coming out of the timeout, so then you're scrambling, trying to get the ball in. You have 3 seconds to get it in instead of 5.
Isn't that the discretion of the referee, though? I mean, you ref the game for a long time.
To an extent. If it's a 30-second timeout, players have to be ready to play after 30 seconds. And then you don't put the ball down on the floor at second 31. You try to give them a little bit of time to come out and gather themselves.
Miller can't handle it. Walsh with the steal. Back to Borgia. Short arm that a little bit.
Here's an opportunity to run. You got an opposite. You got two shooters opposite.
Toludo. Ooh,
Travel.
there's Rosencrantz travel. Still 3-2 game early on.
Toludo's off to a good start. 3 rebounds, 2 on the offensive end, couple hustle plays. Like to see items like that, especially from the guys that you don't consider your big guys.
Third turnover on Mid-Valley. Dunmore has one early on. Maybe a little bit of jitters. Big game in Lackawanna League. Hazelton was all over Walsh and then physical.
Very physical to start. You like to see that, especially in a backyard brawl like this. Mid-Valley, Dunmore, coming back from the hustle, from the refereeing days, you'd see a lot of plays like this. A lot of those jump ball opportunities where you get a little bit of extra in those plays.
Dunmore coming off 2 losses. The Old Forge and the Holy Cross.
Old Forge was a good opportunity for Dunmore's big guys. Both of them had their best games of the season. Old Forge is always well coached, tough community.
That was Temporino in the starting lineup tonight who posted up.
That's a second defensive rebound that Miller's had the opportunity to grab, but Mike Miller's got to go up and grab that ball. He's the biggest player on the court. He's got to play like he's the biggest player on the court. Nice backdoor cut. Good tip, good D.
And it will go out of bounds, and that should take us to our first timeout. 3:55 remaining. Well, scoring one here in the first 4 minutes. 3-2, Mid-Valley. PNC knows that every day is game day. It's proud to support high school basketball. From tip-off to buzzer beater, we know you work hard to make the most of the day, and we're there to help you find ways to get to the next level with your finances. Learn more at pnc.com. And the Dunmore Bucks. I don't know how much school they have this week, so they're all fired up, Matt. They had school today, probably not yesterday because of the cold weather and then the snow this week. It really affected the basketball schedule in northeastern Pennsylvania.
Good Lord. There's not much you can say about this week when it comes to anyone that's trying to reschedule games. Well, there were games from last week that got rescheduled to this week that still haven't been played because of the weather.
Dunmore has to play tomorrow against Carbondale in a rescheduled game. In and out for Hazelton. He gets his own rebound.
That's athleticism right there. You got to just keep going.
Now really good shooting here early on. Both teams a little bit off the mark. Toledo will slow it down. O'Connor, he traveled.
Just get the ball out of your hands. Sometimes you're trying to think too much about what to do. We talk to younger players all the time about make the easy pass. It might not do anything on this play, but just getting that ball out of your hands forces the defense to move. And eventually the defense gets itself out of position, and those little passes are what ends up giving you easy buckets.
Walsh out top against Hazelton. Good post by Doherty, uses the bank to get that one in.
Very nice. If you look ahead at Dunmore over the next couple of years, Dunmore walked out tonight, started 3 juniors, a sophomore, and a freshman. No seniors in the starting lineup. You flip that around and Mid-Valley starts 3 seniors. Mid-Valley has to make a run this year, but Dunmore's got to learn. Dunmore's just going to keep getting better and better, and next year, should be a big year for them.
Borgia will take it back out. Gary with Toludo in front of him. Ruggiero. Set it up. Again, they have to run their offensive sets. And for someone to cut through. It's Walsh who gets it. Little jumper. Got it.
Nice screen down, pop out. Catches the ball, feeder squared. Up and athletic. Follow through on his shot. Great form. Dunmore in its zone. Mid-Valley tries to run overload. Rosenkrantz to the basket and gets hit hard.
Not many fouls. I think the first one. Temporino. So we're almost 6 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I didn't expect too many foul calls with this refereeing crew tonight. Great guys that know how to control the game. They're going to allow you to play through a little bit of contact.
Craig Mercanti in for Mid-Valley, number 23. Rosenkrantz, 78% on the year, hits both of those. He has 5, leading the way for the Spartans. We have a 1-point game. Temporino, knocked away.
Rosenkrantz playing great on both sides of the court tonight.
Rosenkrantz with good hands. And finally lost that one out of bounds, and it will go over to the Bucks.
Very athletic to just catch that ball, but you got to gather yourself another one of those. Make the easy pass just so that we can get ourselves set and run a good, strong offense. Dunmore's looking to get Ruggiero shots in the corner. You've seen it on the break. You see Ruggiero now running off of screens.
Doherty took way too long to set his feet, and Miller came over at 6'6" and knocked that one away pretty easy.
He did. He took a while. He loaded up. You got to catch and be ready.
But you've seen his shot before. It's pretty high arcing. Hazelton pulls it down. Under about a minute to play now in the first quarter here at Dunmore. Off the dribble, Rosenkrantz.
You don't see that enough. You see, at the high post there against the zone, you see Vinny Toledo set a screen on the high guy on a zone. You don't see that very often. Great opportunity to get shooters' shots.
Knocked away from Walsh. And we have a foul call. A reminder that if you're watching it on TV and you have friends outside the area that want to watch, they can watch it on Facebook/Fox56.
That was Rosenkrantz first. One of the better players in the game. He wants to be smart on the defensive end. You still have to be aggressive, but got to be smart.
Comes Hazelton back the other way.
I like that decision. Didn't try to do too much.
Mercanti off the mark, and it'll be over to the Bucks.
26 seconds left. Hopefully Dunmore can hold for the last shot. It's one you want to take somewhere between 4 and 8 seconds left on the clock. Gives you a chance for an offensive rebound. Walsh is an all-around player, though. You know that the ball's going to be in his hands. They're going to set a screen. Illegal. Got to get set.
Temporino came out. His second foul, so some time left for Mid-Valley. Let's see if they try. They haven't tried to go inside too much yet, Matt, with Miller at 6'6".
No, they ran a couple of post plays for Doherty, scored twice on, at least once on post plays, but it's not in their offense right now.
Toledo in and out. Now is way the first quarter will end here at Dunmore. Bucks have a 1-point lead over the rivals, the Spartans. High School Hoops is brought to you by Keystone College. Experience the open house on Saturday, February 20th. Student and parents register at keystone.edu. Bob Ide, Matt Schaefer, courtside at Dunmore High School. The home team, the Bucks, have a 1-point lead over the division leader in Lackawanna League, 8-7. Some stats, Matt?
Yeah, Mid-Valley in the first quarter, 2 for 10 from 2. 1 for 6 from 3, hit both of their free throws, have 9 rebounds. Big key stat is that they had 6 turnovers. Dunmore, by contrast, only had 2 turnovers. they didn't have any better luck shooting. 4 for 12 from the floor, 0 for 2 from 3. Haven't gone to the line yet, but have 7 boards. Physical game in the first quarter, but only 3 total fouls called.
Dunmore brings in Tyler Majeski, 6'6" sophomore, who Tony Lacertosa likes, trying to get his game up a little bit, give them some size. Valley having a tough time finding shots. Gets it right to Miller, his first 2.
That's how you feed the ball to the 6'6" kid in the post. Dunmore's got a big guy in Majeski on the floor right now at 6'6".
Backdoor cut. Doherty lays it in. He has 4.
Here you go. Dunmore picking up full court again. Just trying to slow Mid-Valley down. It worked in the first quarter. Mid-Valley only had 7 points in the first quarter. That, if they kept at that pace, obviously that becomes their lowest scoring output for the season.
Dunmore in a zone now. 2-3 with the big guy in the middle. Forcing Mid-Valley to shoot from the outside. Hazelton does just that and can't hit it.
Both teams have struggled shooting from outside so far.
And it will go over to Mid-Valley. Borgia back into the game for Ruggiero. Mid-Valley. Good cut by Toledo.
Go up strong.
Kevin Walsh in the game, a freshman, number 31 in white.
Daniel's little brother, from what I understand.
Yep.
It's nice to see brothers on the court at the same time, especially the chance that you get to have 2 years in a row of that.
How about Borgia? He almost passed it to himself. Knew it was short. Got his own rebound, but didn't make it, though. Toledo, little jumper. Hazelton.
Mid-Valley's hitting the offensive boards hard. Every chance you get an offensive rebound, it's just another chance for your team to get 2 more. Great hustle play.
As Borgia picks up the ball, but will stay over to O'Connor and the Spartans.
Running overload against the 2-3. Ball gets skipped. Here comes O'Connor along the baseline. One of the best ways to beat a 2-3 zone is either move the ball very quick or keep skipping the ball. And right now, Mid-Valley's doing a little bit of both. They just have to knock shots down.
Dunmore doing a nice job on the defensive board. Gets it to Kevin Walsh. Oh, they're going to count it. The freshman, the hoop and the harm.
That's right. It's nice to see Dunmore try to run a little bit. One of the things we talked about before the game was that we were going to try to, that you would expect to see Mid-Valley be the ones that go. You see the ball kicked ahead there to the younger Walsh. Walsh goes up strong. And 1 conventional 3-point play. Here you go.
Coach Abda pleading his case on the sidelines. Walsh hits that one. So he has 3 for the freshman, and biggest lead of the night now for Dunmore, 13-9.
Good ball movement.
Miller
Working
blocked
the ball
by
through the high post.
the sophomore.
Another opportunity to run.
Yep. Good job by Walsh. Rebounding advantage going to the Bucks early on. I'll set it up to Daniel Walsh. Stay with the Bucks, out of bounds.
Seems like a nice spark here in the second quarter from Kevin Walsh. Off the bench, he's just run. And as soon as Dunmore gets that ball, he's looking like a wide receiver, getting out and filling his lanes. They've rewarded him by running, by kicking the ball ahead twice. 2 great opportunities. Nice strong post move by Doherty. That's a second very nice, strong, patient post move from the undersized 6'2" post player.
7-2 run to begin the quarter for the Bucks. In the corner, Rosenkrantz. Pump fake, floater.
Very nice.
Up quickly, the Bucks trying to get it up, and Pacheski, the big 6'6" sophomore, lays his shoulder down.
Nice offensive take by Miller. If I'm Majeski, I'm going to keep going though. I mean, those are calls that you're going to get through the course of the game, but you've got to show some muscle in the paint.
He's still learning a little bit too. Hazelton on the drive. Kicks it to Rosenkrantz, back to Ludo. Tipped away by Walsh. Saw Mid-Valley play Riverside the other night. Riverside played him pretty tough, and there you go again, but Miller just fell out.
That's it. I'm not sure how much contact there was on the first one. The old trick as a referee is you're watching to see where the defensive player's chin goes. More often than not, if you take an offensive foul, it means that your chin goes down. You took the contact in your chest. If a kid tries to take it and sell a charge, you'll see their chin go back.
I think they're going to get Kevin Walsh on that.
Yep.
Should get a timeout here, media. And we will. 3:12 left. Big surge in the second by the home team, the Dunmore Bucks. They lead by 6. Our Maddox Agency Nationwide Insurance marquee matchup. Shane Rosenkrantz, who leads the way so far from Mid-Valley, against Daniel Walsh, the junior. He has 2 points. So the matchup, we've seen them both touch the ball a little bit. Rosenkrantz getting the better right now of Walsh. And there are the Mid-Valley students. A lot of pumped up energy. Back on the court they go. And it'll be Mid-Valley shooting free throws. Dunmore running their sets pretty well here early on.
They are. You know, the last few minutes, Dunmore's on a 9-2 run, and all of Dunmore's points have come in the paint. Couple on the break, offensive rebounds, and then some post moves from both Majeski and Doherty for some buckets.
Connor, a 58% shooter this year, had 16 against Scranton. Hits the second of that.
Mid-Valley tries to pick up some trapping pressure.
Back out to Borgia, and I think they'll Mid-Valley now in the 2-3 zone. Started in man-to-man.
Dunmore's going to get patient. You've got the lead, you've got the ball. You can be patient right now, especially if Mid-Valley wants to sit in the zone.
Walsh, nice move. Toledo picks up the foul, his first. There's the foul on the floor.
Not much you can do. It's a great move by Daniel Walsh. Toledo just didn't move his feet to get there. He got frozen as soon as Walsh caught the ball. America's play, you run the screen out to the corner on the out of bounds. Ruggiero didn't like it, so he'll set it up. One guard front against the 2 defenders at the top of the zone.
Back off top to Doherty. And that will go off Majeski's hands over to Mid-Valley, trailing by 5 late here in the first half. Mid-Valley beat Riverside the other night by 7. Nice win over Scranton 3 games ago. They've won 9 straight. First place in the division, 3rd in the district.
Got a nice run. Their team plays well together. They're athletic, very interchangeable.
In and out from Toledo, can't get the roll. Walsh pushing the pace a little bit. There's another high one from downtown, Tommy Doherty.
His jump shot isn't the quickest shot, but man, oh man, he's hitting them right now.
He has 9, well. Matt, 9 points.
He had his three-pointer earlier blocked. Rosenkrantz answers with a deep 3.
Second 3 of the game. Trading threes. These two teams don't shoot a lot of threes. Just 65 for Dunmore. Ooh. Whoa, what a rebound by Walsh.
That's athletic.
Dan
Very
Walsh.
nice play.
A little bit more effort, I think, from Dunmore so far in this first half.
We talked before the game about who needs this game more, and I said that Mid-Valley needs the game more. Biggest reason Mid-Valley needs the game more is based on postseason seeding. But looks like Dunmore came out ready to defend this court, put themselves back in the mix for postseason play.
3 and 4 in the division.
We're under a minute here in the second quarter. Looks like we're back to man-to-man for Mid-Valley.
I expect Dunmore to play for the last shot. Up 7. Nice lead for them. 31-27 was the last time these two teams met. You have to be patient now on defense as well, right, Matt?
You do. There's no sense in picking up a cheap foul on a play with 20 seconds left in the second quarter when you know you're going to be in a fight in the second half.
I think Hazelton got away with one. May slap the hand. No call. Walsh off the dribble. Blocked by Miller. Still a couple seconds left. All the way down the court goes O'Connor, but he can't get that one to go. We're at the half. The Bucks coming out with a lot of urgency at home. They lead the Spartans by 7. At half, we'll talk about the Scranton Shamrocks. Matt and I will be back with highlights and our PNC Players of the Week.
High School Hoops on MyTV is presented by NEPABasketball.com, Toyota, Let's Go Places, Lucerne County Community College, Keystone College, Manuka Subaru, Astra Wealth Advisors, and by the nationwide Maddock Agency.
We are at halftime of tonight's game, and joining me right now is Kevin Clark, the general manager and head coach of the Scranton Shamrocks. So, Kevin, good to see you, but who are the Scranton Shamrocks?
Thanks for having me, Bob. Scranton Shamrocks are Northeast PA's, one of Northeast PA's ABA basketball teams, the American Basketball Association. So what we do is we have a ton of our local athletes, and they participate in the ABA, which is a semi-pro team. This is kind of right below the G League. So what they have is there's 143 teams in the ABA and separated into 6 or 7 different regions. We're in the Northeast region, which is typically one of the strongest regions with teams ranging from New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Virginia, and it's a lot of tough, really, really good competition.
When you say local players, why don't you give us some of the guys we can see on a night when we see the Scranton Shamrocks?
Yeah, we have a ton of them. Steph Draper, who went to Scranton High School. Connor Calais, who went to Holy Cross. Corey Calais, who went to Valley View. Brandon Angrati, who was at Delaware Valley. Dom Hill at West Scranton. All of these homegrown guys, Northeast PA guys, make up a semi-pro team, which I think speaks a lot for our area and the community that we have and how molded basketball is within our community, and it can really help push these guys along the way.
Kevin Clark has played and coached at the top level of collegiate basketball. But
after a lot of guys after college, you don't get the opportunity to keep competing and playing, and to have this, semi-professional opportunity. It's nice to have that outlet to keep competing and playing against high-level talent, and just getting out and just playing the game that we all love.
How about the league you play in? I know there's a lot of teams, but what's the competition like?
It's tough. There's a lot, especially the division that we're in up in the east up here. There's 5 or 6 teams that have all been at some point ranked in the top 25, and so every weekend it's tough competition.
What type of brand basketball will we see? What do we see? Is it up and down? What type of basketball?
fast, athletic. It's a lot of fun. We definitely get up and down.
A little bit different than high school and college, right? And why?
A lot different than high school and college, especially in this area. I believe our area is plays the game a little bit slower compared to other areas. So at this level in college basketball, high-level college basketball, it's super fast, and it's an experience playing.
One of the neat things I noticed for the Scranton Shamrocks is your involvement in the community. How important is that?
Yeah, if you're not involved in community, these guys are seen as role models. So the first thing we want to do, no matter what the wins and loss record is, we want to be able to give back to our youth. And you saw today at camp, having about 50 kids in a 10-day notice speaks volumes for the Shamrocks and what we're capable of bringing to this community.
So Kevin, if people want to find out information about the Scranton Shamrocks, how do they do that?
We have a website, www.scrantonshamrocksaba.com. It has everything that you need to look for, different camps, community involvement, roster, schedule, anything that you can imagine. And then and anything else you may be able to find would be on backcourthoops.com.
And your games are played where?
A variety of venues. Right now we're decided to come back and play in our home venue, which is Backcourt Hoops, which is a fun environment for the kids. We always do a youth game before, so anybody who's interested in doing a game before the Shamrocks can contact me and we'll set something up. And they play right before, like I said.
Thanks, Kevin, for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, we're at the half, and we'll be right back after this. We're back at a packed gymnasium at Dunmore High School. The home team leads the Spartans 22-15. I'm Bob I. That's Matt Schaefer. Next to me, we're courtside enjoying a good one here in the Lackawanna League Division III. And Matt, I'm a little surprised Dunmore tried to run a little bit, and they have a nice 7-point lead.
They have. They tried to take Mid-Valley's game plan, use it against them, and they're doing well with it right now.
Let's take a look at some first half highlights. And early on, Dunmore got it going on the offensive boards.
Yeah, both teams have hit the offensive boards very well so far in the first half. Here you see Colin Hazelton get to the high post, gets his own board, goes up strong, finishes the play. Here we go, Doherty with a very nice move. He had a couple in the first half, 2 really strong post moves. Then you see Daniel Walsh with a foul line jumper. Colin Hazelton gets to the middle against the zone, finds Mike Miller, big bucket. Backdoor cut by Doherty. And then it's spark in the second quarter. Kevin Walsh came off the bench and ran. Doherty again in the post. Rosenkrantz, nice pull-up jumper. Went to the post again. Miller tried to take a charge 2 plays in a row. Didn't work. Doherty stepped out, hit another 3. Rosenkrantz answered that with a very deep 3. Great play. Athletic play by Daniel Walsh to give Dunmore 2 at the end of the first half.
Leading scorers for Dunmore, Tommy Doherty, he has 9. And for Mid-Valley, it's Shane Rosenkrantz with 10. Players of the Week now, brought to you by PNC. First on the girls' side, it's Kaylee Romanowski from Western Wayne. She had 26 points in a game last week. She's averaging 12 points and 5 steals in her first season of playing. She's a freshman at Western Wayne. And for the boys, it's Holy Redeemer's Colin Cook. 38 points and 2 wins as the Royals keep pace in the Wyoming Valley Conference Division III. He had 18 against Berwick and 20 against Wyoming area. Both teams taking the floor. We come back. Second half tip here on MyTV. Time now to check in on our Maddock Agency nationwide marquee matchup. Matt, Rosenkrantz and Walsh.
Yeah, pregame we talked about the marquee matchup being Shane Rosenkrantz from Mid-Valley. He ended the first half 10 points, 2 boards, 3 for 5 from the floor, 2 deep ones. Daniel Walsh hit the offensive boards pretty hard, very athletic, shot 50%, ended with 4 points. Be interesting to see how these two play out in the second half. They're both key to how we finish this game.
Well, it's a very special night here as both teams are wearing T-shirts, including the cheerleaders. For Luca Borgio, who's suffering from leukemia, he's a Dunmore Elementary Center second grader. And if you want to go to the GoFundMe.com, it's Love for Luca. On another note, Coaches versus Cancer was held here at Dunmore. They raised over $1,600. Juniors Nora Haggerty from the Lady Bucks and Katie Hilson from boys, one of the cheerleaders. Hannah Sheehan, a cheerleader, and Danny Walsh for the boys were all part of that. Coaches versus Cancer.
You know, I've been very involved with the Coaches versus Cancer campaign, and they've had a great run over the last few years, hitting $2 million now over the 10-year span that we've been going.
That's amazing.
Credit to Coach Kettle, all of the committee members, referees, coaches, players, schools, administrators.
So quick stats. There you see the points in the paint for both teams, dominated by Dunmore. Mid-Valley shooting just 25% tonight, 5 of 20. Dunmore 40%. Three-pointers, 2 three-pointers for Mid-Valley. Big thing is the turnovers. 9 for Mid-Valley and 6 for Dunmore. And Dunmore's out rebounding Mid-Valley by 3.
Yeah. We talked, Bob, you and I had talked yesterday, actually, as one of the other big things in this game was whether or not Dunmore could compete on the boards because of the size difference. And in the first half, Dunmore just took their will and decided that that's what was going to help them get a couple more possessions.
Ruggiero comes through. He actually is the only starter that hasn't scored yet. Talked about him in our spotlight player, but still Dunmore hasn't needed him. Great drive by Doherty, couldn't get it to go. Fight for the board. There is Ruggiero.
Now Mid-Valley's going to try to push the ball. They're not going to let the soft press slow him down. Nice kick out. Get to the high post. We say this to kids all the time. If you can get to the high post, you can beat a zone. Right there, Colin Hazelton got to the high post, kicked out to Rosenkrantz for another 3, his 3rd of the game.
Borgia going to settle down a little bit. He throws that into the seats. They say it was tipped. Mike Abda can't believe it. Looks up to the sky, shaking his hands. It'll remain Dunmore ball when it's not going your way, it's not going your way sometimes.
That's right. You know what? This is a very good refereeing crew. A lot of experience out here. Cousin Jack Gaffney, Bill Gross, Rodney Williams, 3 pretty good officials.
Your cousin?
My cousin.
Oh, cousin. Okay. Ruggiero. Got it. He's hot. 5 points all the second half for him. Last 5 for Dunmore.
Playing really well.
Biggest lead of the night for the Bucks.
Mid-Valley's got to get out here. They've got to run. They've got to look to score. Have good, strong sets in your offense, but try to make sure that you're getting yourself in positions to make someone else better quickly. It's a good shot from the corner. Toledo catches the ball at the high post, gets it out to the shooter.
Dunmore's outscored Mid-Valley since the first quarter, 19-11. As Doherty misses the mark on that, we'll go over to Mid-Valley. There's Coach Abda. Nice season here. He is a teacher, of course, at Mid-Valley. And the Spartans will play Tuesday against Old Forge. That's their next game. Toledo loses it.
It's the first time I've seen Toledo actually take the ball to the hoop. Didn't exactly go strong, but he made the right move.
Doherty with the travel.
It's the 4th travel we've seen on basic footwork outside. Catch the ball, keep your foot down. We're trying to make a fake and go to the basket at the same time. It's the 4th time that's happened so far this game.
Great job by Dunmore's defense holding a team that averages near 50. Down, but Toledo is going to try to get them back. His first points of the game.
He's Mid-Valley's 2nd leading scorer on the season, and you can see it there. He looks to score, he looks to set people up, but he's the key right now, he's the key to the second half, because if Mid-Valley's going to continue to go through the high post, Toledo has to make sure that he's not only aggressive for himself in the paint, but also making someone else better at the 3-point line, and even Miller block to block.
Spartans in the man-to-man. They go to a zone a little bit. Borgia down the lane. Easy floater. You can't have that happen if you're Mid-Valley. 8-point lead. Borgia with 4.
There you go. Get it to the high post.
Kick it.
be a playmaker.
Couple in a row now for Toledo. He has 5.
Here you go. Colin Hazelton's going to try to pick up Daniel Walsh full court. Walsh very athletic. Gets himself open. Nice move.
Looking inside. Camparino trying to post up O'Connor. And Ruggiero will slow it down. Dunmore looking a lot better than the last time I saw them against a very good Holy Cross team up there. It's hard to play at Holy Cross, as many know. They lost 58-35. Their offense looks a lot cleaner tonight.
There's never been a Holy Cross Dunmore game that wasn't intense, wasn't well coached.
Okay, halfway through the third, we take our first time out. Dunmore still up by 6. Don't forget to check out NEPAbasketball.com for scores and stories on all the local basketball games on both the high school and college levels. Make NEPAbasketball.com part of your daily routine following the entire season of local high school and college basketball. Check out scores, schedules, rankings, roundups, game stories, players of the week, and other features. Visit NEPAbasketball.com. Oh, the Dunmore faithful liking what they see here. Their team up 6 against their rivals.
You see the girls squad in there. The Dunmore girls, Mid-Valley girls played over at Mid-Valley before this game. Rumor has it that the Dunmore girls won by 40.
Oh, they're a very good team, ranked in the state for good reason. Here's Temporino to the line. First foul shot is good. He's 56 on the year, but that will look pretty good.
Yeah.
He is 3. He's a sophomore.
Little Lonzo Ball-esque form. Right-hander coming up the left side of his body.
Four-court press now from the Bucks. Easily broken by the well-coached Spartans.
Skip pass for a jump shot.
Made it look easy. That's O'Connor. That's his first field goal of the night.
Rosenkrantz is either a scorer or he's setting you up. That's a great play, senior guard.
Kevin Walsh answers. The freshman. 5th 3 of the year. Well, you got Kevin Walsh on the boys' side, and somebody on the girls' side is pretty good.
Mariah
that freshman.
Murray.
She's pretty good.
Doing very well.
Hazelton in, blocked away by Temporino.
Good patient take by Hazelton. It's a great opportunity for him to use his left hand there. There's nobody there. Defender's on his right side. If he goes up with his left and the defender gets the ball, he's probably at the foul line for 2.
Into the corner, Rosenkrantz gets stuck. Mid-Valley does not do a lot of dribbling, unless you have the lane. Hazelton maybe just trying to get his legs under him. 10th game of the year for him. Got hurt in gym class, you said?
Yeah, playing volleyball preseason in gym class. Came down on someone and broke his foot.
That's tough. Walsh looking for a screen. Borgia, little set shot. Got it. And it's going in, it's going in. 6-3. Dunmore came in with 81 threes on the year, and we have Walsh down.
Here you go.
Borgia.
From the wing, Borgia with a big hit. Can't trade buckets if you're Mid-Valley, especially not three-pointers.
11-point lead.
Mid-Valley rush down the court. Walsh takes some contact. He's trying to tell Tony Lacertosi he's fine. Don't send a sub for me, he's saying, as he hobbles off the court.
Ruggiero comes in for him. The trainer will go over and check him out. But Valley trying to get something off the set. Cross court, Hazelton.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Coach Abda talked at the last time out about making sure that you can get yourself to the paint. You got to make sure that you can hit a gap with a dribble. 1 or 2 dribbles, that's all you need. You get yourself in a better position to score, a better position to pass. Dunmore's doing it very similar. Doherty takes 1 dribble, post-entry pass, big strong move, and gives Dunmore a 13-point lead, their biggest of the game so far.
Timeout call, Coach Abda. Look at this move. Double
Nice.
pump by Temperino, and he has 6 in the game. Came in averaging under just about 3. Here's the district standings at 3-8. This is why Matt says it's so important for Dunmore to keep pace. They have a nice cushion over Lakeland, though. But, you know, with Sem and Redeemer playing so well down in the valley.
And playing tonight.
So someone's going to drop a loss there.
If Mid-Valley can't pull this one out, they don't have an opportunity to move up to 2. Dunmore, by contrast, can move themselves up to the 4 seed. And when you look at the seeding opportunity when you get to the districts, obviously the higher you can climb that seeding rank, especially if you're not one of those top 3, you want to make sure that you have every opportunity when you get to the districts. I think they're still holding it at the
Arena.
Yep. I think that's one of the best moves.
Years? Yep.
You know,
it's
10
tough to
years
shoot
ago.
there, though, that you've heard. I've heard that it's tough to shoot down there. It's a bigger gym.
Because you
and
haven't
the court's
shot.
bigger.
You haven't shot with nothing behind you all season long, and now you go and you shoot with all the space in the world back there. Chris Sloat and I talked about that about 15 years ago, 12 years ago, that they should have all the district games played at the arena. It's great that District 2 finally made the move to the arena.
Most of the time, the 2 teams playing there will move on to states.
Just got a text that Redeemer is beating Sem
At home.
at home.
Skipped to Hazelton. Couldn't get the shot off. Minute to play in the third. Rosenkrantz. Oh, hit the wire hanging down. That's out of bounds. So under a minute to play, 13-point lead for the Bucks.
Not what I thought I'd see.
No, I thought it'd be a little closer and a little more low scoring, but give them a lot of credit. They're working hard in practice. Improving their offensive sets like that. Great skip pass.
All 5 players touched the ball on that transition.
Instead, Mid-Valley will get an opportunity to cut into that lead.
If I'm Mid-Valley, I'm down 13. You saw in the second quarter, Dunmore held the ball with about 40 seconds left. I don't think Mid-Valley has that same luxury right now. They need to get themselves a bucket. Hopefully they can get some confidence and then a defensive stop. That'll take them into the fourth quarter with strong momentum.
Trying to get it to Miller. O'Connor's going to wind up. Go on the ground. It will stay. Mid-Valley ball, 13 seconds left. Call it 14 seconds left in the quarter. Spartans with a chance. Haven't seen much of Miller tonight. He only has 2 points.
He only averages 7 coming into this game. So, you know, I'd expect a little bit more out of a 6'6" kid. You know, just hitting the offensive boards, you should be able to get 4 to 6 a game.
We'll talk about who Mid-Valley's missing and is out for this season. That could be affecting the way they've played. Coming up, that's Giordani Cardenas, the second leading scorer before he went down. The shot is off the mark. And that will put Mid-Valley in a hole. Going to the fourth, the Bucks on top. The Backcourt Hoops Music Youth Center co-ed basketball camp is scheduled for 4 days and 3 nights at Camp Tioga, located on 30 acres of the Endless Mountains in Thompson, PA. Campers can choose sleepover or commuting options. Boys and girls entering the 4th through 9th grades in the fall of 2019 are invited to attend. See backcourthoops.com for more details. We're at Dunmore High School. We're in Lackawanna County. Bob Ide, Matt Schaefer courtside, checking out this Lackawanna League Division III showdown. And the home team, Dunmore, doing a nice job shooting the ball really well.
Yeah. Dunmore was up 7 at halftime. They extended the lead to 13 here, mainly because of how well they've shot in the third quarter. Dunmore went 6 for 9 in the third quarter, while Mid-Valley went 4 for 10. Both teams hit 3 threes in the third quarter. You see a graphic on the screen.
Off the mark from Doherty. Mid-Valley with a chance now. Mid-Valley's got to hit some buckets, though.
I think this is the first time you see Mercanti on the floor.
Back to Mid-Valley. Good offensive board. We're going to get a foul. Looks like on Borgia.
Set yourself up for a trap anytime you dribble yourself back to the corner. You got the offensive rebound in the short corner. One hard dribble gets you to about the elbow, and you can make anyone else on your team better. One retreat dribble to the corner, and all you did was put 4 defenders, a sideline, an end line, and two Dunmore kids trying to trap you.
Tyler O'Connor back in the game quickly for Mercanti. Into Toledo, nice cut.
Nice play.
Out of bounds.
Great skip pass all the way around. Screen in the middle.
Mid-Valley now going to pick up full court. Down 13.
Mid-Valley has to force some tempo here. Mid-Valley's down 13, and they've got to get themselves a bucket or 2 in the open court.
Well,
they can do that. They can get themselves on a little run, and all of a sudden you're going to look up and it's a 2 or a 4-point game, and you got a shot. But right now, playing a little bit slow, a little bit tight, it looks like.
We talked about Mid-Valley wanting to run. Dunmore's doing a nice job, I think, just by making baskets, slowing them down. Don't you think?
I do. I think, any time that you have to take the ball out allows your team to get back on defense. Dunmore with an offensive rebound. Tip for 2 more, extends the lead up to 15.
Borgia at 5'8", just sticking his hand in there. We're going to foul on Temperino. His third, excuse me.
Ball goes to the baseline here, Mid-Valley. Mid-Valley's run this same version of the play. There you go. Great, strong offensive rebound. Nice tip by Borgia. He's played well.
Mid-Valley's missed their last 5 shots. It was 31-26. 10-0 run for Dunmore. That was with 2.5 left in the third, and Toledo's going to break that streak.
There you go. Now keep playing D. Force a little tempo. Looks like they're going to try to force tempo out of a 2-3 zone. Borgia just tries to step up. Rosenkrantz with a very nice board. Strong looks up the court to Hazelton.
He's surrounded by a bunch of white shirts. Stays right there. Good kick to him.
And one.
Nope.
Oh!
But he stuck with it. Mike Abda likes that.
A little momentum shift here. Little momentum shift. Toledo's 3 from the corner. Then you get a rebound on the other end. A couple strong post moves there by Hazelton. First free throw cuts it to 11. Still got one more. Dunmore comes in. Going to give a nice break right here to Temperino and bring in Majeski,
who played pretty good in the first half. Picked up an offensive foul, but then made a good move underneath. As misses the second one.
Walsh back in as well.
11-point lead.
Dunmore doesn't have any reason to play fast right now. They're up 11. You're 5.5 minutes left in the game. Still got to value the ball, though.
Connor's second foul.
You'll see Dunmore try to go a little bit more east to west, try to use a little bit of time whenever they can.
We're going to have a timeout, I think, by Coach Abda.
Dunmore.
Dunmore called?
Yep,
I didn't see that. So we'll stay here. 5:34 left, 11-point lead for the Bucks. Again, the last time these two teams played it was 31-27. Here's what Mid-Valley has coming up. Just 4 games left in the regular season. And here's what they've done the last few games. And no losses there.
No.
The last loss was to Lakeland. Right before Riverside. 9 in a row, yep. Nice win over Scranton, a bigger school. Holy Cross, who they'll have to play again. And here's what they have up on the way. And there you see that Holy Cross game lingering next week. But Old Forge is not going to be an easy out. And Carbondale's, right at the 500 mark, playing well.
Carbondale's one of those teams that will play to its competition at times. And you get a team like Mid-Valley that comes into Carbondale, and you might take Carbondale's best swing all season, which will be tough for Mid-Valley. The nice thing for Mid-Valley is hopefully they can use that as they get into the district tournament. If they can use that fuel and they can use the experience of playing some of these tough games in the district tournament, they might be able to make a little bit of a run.
Speaking of districts, Coach Bucci texted us and said that Redeemer won 61-47, so they split their season series down there in Wyoming Valley.
Coach Bucci, we hope you're feeling better.
Dunmore with the ball and the lead after the timeout. Mid-Valley still in the man-to-man. Here comes a trap. Ruggiero, corner, no good. Oh, another big board for Walsh.
Doherty with the big putback. Dunmore's hitting the offensive rebounds. Nice run. Great look from Hazelton to Toledo on the fast break.
It's one of the few fast break points I can remember from the Spartans tonight. Toledo with 10. They'll slow it down, the Dunmore Bucks.
Toledo's at his average. He started 0 for 7. Then he hit 2 big shots in the third quarter. Through 3 quarters, heading into the fourth quarter, Rosenkrantz was 3 for 6 on threes. Hazelton had 5 assists. Daniel Walsh, 4 points, 9 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals. That's a do-it-all kind of game.
Right over to the Bucks. The ball bounces your way. That's what happens. Doherty gonna just swing it. Whew. I think he got some snow on that shot.
Gives him 12 for the game. Big hit, too.
He's pacing the Bucks. Came in averaging, what, 8.5 points per game. He's almost doubled that.
Timeout called. Nice call by Daniel Walsh. Saw it his teammate was trapped.
30 seconds left. 30-second timeout called by the Bucks, as you said.
It's a big win by Redeemer. Big win by Redeemer in the districts here. Sem seems tired. I was talking to a couple different people that have been to the most recent Sem games. I said Sem just seems tired right now. That's the difficulty with a 6 or maybe a 7-man rotation.
Well, 2 and 3 are going to have to play each other, you would think, but Dunmore's going to be a tough out in that 3A. Carbondale's in there. A couple other teams we saw the district standings. It's not going to be easy. Doherty with 14 points. Dan Walsh with 10 rebounds, 6 assists, just 4 points for Dunmore.
You know what? Dunmore's up 14, and your best player only has 4 points. That's a strong stat line, because he's followed up 4 points with 10 boards and 6 assists.
Try to get the rebounding numbers from Tom Robinson. Dunmore, I think, is doing a real nice job on the boards. Well, Mid-Valley forces a turnover now.
Easy
that's
call.
our timeout.
Ball went inbounds at 4:02. It's currently at 3:49.
Yep, that's our timeout. Yep, 14-point lead, as Matt just said. The last 3:49 on the way.
This is High School Hoops presented by NEPAbasketball.com.
The Battle of the Valley All-Star Classic, presented by Joyce Insurance, is back for a second year. The Senior All-Star Game pits the Lackawanna League against the Wyoming Valley Conference in a girls-boys doubleheader. It's scheduled for March 31st at Lackawanna College. Girls at 3, boys at 5. Follow NEPAbasketball.com for more details as the game approaches.
Bob-eyed Matt Schaefer enjoying a good one here in the Lackawanna League, the top team in the division, down 14.
Key for Mid-Valley is to understand you're not going to get 14 points in one possession. You've got to play really strong defense for the next 4 minutes. See if you can get yourself chip away. Each minute you got to try to cut it by 4 to 5 points. Play hard defense, move the ball well.
Rosencrantz hit a couple of those in the first half. Can't hit that one, but Dunmore's going to pick up a foul.
I think that's on Borgia.
That's his second. You're correct, Borgia. The Valley has not shot well in the game. 3 off the mark. And a foul underneath. Rosencrantz going the other way.
Nice strong board by Doherty.
Yep. Kevin Walsh going to check in now for Temperino.
Every time he's come into the game, he's brought life. He's brought energy.
Bucks now just don't want to turn the ball over. Knocked away. Stay with Dunmore underneath. Dunmore 3 minutes away from the upset. Maybe they can get some momentum. They play Carbondale tomorrow.
This weather's made the schedule just, teams are running through a gauntlet every night, every week. 2 games, 3 games, 4 games in a row.
Because we're at the tail end of the season. It ends February 14th. For some teams, February 7th in the Wyoming Valley Conference.
Well, it's tough. Everything works backwards from district dates. Once you have your district dates, you have to be completed. So there's no making games up.
Toledo, the foul, and I don't know if that's 6 or 7 now team fouls. Maybe 7. Oh, fourth foul, okay. There's Tony Lacertosa. Ruggiero in the backcourt. Dunmore now just playing keep away.
That's it. Value the basketball. Make good, strong passes. Take strong layups. Any chance you can get to tip the ball, you want to make sure you do it. Getting a little chippy down in the post.
Up quickly. Back to Hazelton. Corner pocket. No good. Dunmore with a big defensive board by Walsh. He's got double figures in rebounds tonight. And just 4 points. At what point do you start fouling if you're Mid-Valley? Or
well, you only have 4 team fouls. So right now you're going to go for a steal on every single possession. And if they call the foul, fine. Because you need to extend this game. You need the clock to stop, whether or not they're shooting free throws or not. The clock running benefits Dunmore. Hurts Mid-Valley.
Well, Coach Adams probably going to tell him that in the huddle now. He calls timeout. 1:45 left in the game. So here's what Dunmore's done. As I said, they've lost 3 of their last 4 games. They play Carbondale tomorrow. They've already have a win against them. And let's see what they have coming up. Again, Carbondale, Forest City, Lakeland's tough. Riverside's a tough out. And then, of course, the backyard rivalry up the block as they'll host Holy Cross.
It's always a tough game.
Right on Valentine's night. What a no love lost there.
I was going to say, I don't think that's going to be a love fest.
So that's what both teams have remaining. We will be back right at it Monday. Speaking of cancellations, Walla Paupack at Valley View, 7:30. Doug Walsh and myself will be up there with that one. That is crossover game. Paupack Speaking of playing games, they have to play 4 games in 5 days. They play tonight, tomorrow night, Monday, and Tuesday.
And you got to remember, every game Wallenpaupack goes to, besides Honesdale, is a half-hour ride, at least.
So tough schedule for them. Right now, we want to finish this one out as Dunmore's looking for their 8th win of the year.
That's right. Backcourt call. Backcourt call. Ruggiero throws it up to Walsh. Walsh jumps from the front court, catches it, lands in the backcourt.
Rosenkrantz. Connor lost the ball briefly. McCanty. Look for Rosenkrantz. He's way too far out. Toledo off the board. He's come back strong after being scoreless in the first half.
Substitution that Mid-Valley's made here is pulling out the 6'6" Miller and trying to go with a little bit quicker lineup.
So there's a whistle. The referee called timeout as Coach Lacertoso was right there calling timeout. They're going to give him the timeout, no foul.
No foul, and Dunmore's ball still on the sideline end of Mid-Valley's bench.
And 1:10 left in the game.
Again, if you're Dunmore, just be patient. The clock is your friend. You want the ball to move. You want the clock to keep moving. If you're Mid-Valley, you want to do everything you can to extend this game. That means you're going to go for every steal you get. You're going to try to foul if you need to. Everything you foul, you want to do it on the floor.
Okay, so I mentioned us a Valley View, then we're going to turn right around and go right back to Nanticoke in a Wyoming Valley Conference Division II game. That's a tough one down there. GAR, wrapping up their season as an athletic program. And they have Myers this weekend in what should be a great atmosphere. And then we'll be down in Bucknell country, doubleheader. College hoops right here on MyTV. The men's game, Boston takes on Bucknell. And then in the women's contest at 2:30, Lafayette will take on the Bison. So our team has, because of the cancellations, is now going to be very busy, Matt. But they do an excellent job. Another great telecast here tonight.
Great job to the Fox crew, all of you. Camera guys.
We're just happy there's no snow on Monday and Tuesday. Just warm weather. It's a foul. There's a McCanty. Put in the game just to foul. He does.
Again, if you're Mid-Valley, you're going to try to trap, and you're going to go for a steal every chance you get. I believe they were only at 5 team fouls in the second half.
Probably have one more left. Try to get a steal here. And then now looking for the foul. Oh. Ruggiero stolen. Hazelton. No good. The fight goes back to Hazelton. Toledo's going to launch a 3 and he hits it.
Foot was on the line, gave him 2.
Oh, they gave him 2. Okay, thank you. Well, it's under 10 at least. 41 seconds left.
Again, just extend the game. Key here is you got to box out on free throws. Toledo from the top of the key. Big hit. Got to box out. You see Miller come back in, so they're going to try to use their size on the offensive end. What you're likely going to see is an offense-defense switch here between Miller and Mercanti. Bring in the speed on defense, use the size to try to get 2 points and an offensive rebound on the other end.
So Dan Walsh to the line, 1-on-1. Hits the back of the rim.
But Dunmore gets the board.
Borgia right there.
Got a box.
He's not the biggest guy in the court, is he?
Got a box. Got a box, got to hold it, and then go get the ball.
So
best quote I've ever heard about rebounds from Charles Barkley. What kind of technique do you use? I just went and got the ball. That's it.
Round mound to rebound. Borgia 7 rebounds and 5 of those offensive.
Wow.
But he misses the first. Into Miller. And a hoop in the arm. They fouled him.
Wow, cut it to 8. Chance cut it to 7.
And Doherty probably got to stay away, so Miller goes to the line 62% on the year. First time at the line, but can cut it, as Matt said, down to 7. Some subs in now. Kevin Walsh back in for Temporino. I think Mercanti is waiting for Miller.
Again, back to that offense-defense for Mid-Valley. Dunmore just has to value the basketball, hit your free throws, and you'll close the game out.
Down
7-point game, 31 seconds. Again, if you're Dunmore, value the basketball. Possess the basketball.
10-5 run by Mid-Valley here in the third. Well, he almost lost it.
Yep.
So foul Mercanti, and that will send the freshman to the line, Kevin Walsh, who's perfect on the year, 12 for 12.
Nice.
Till I just jinxed him.
You might have.
Oh, if he wants somebody at the line. They're going to put some time back on the clock, though.
I think they're going to try to put 31 up. 31 seconds is what I thought it should have been.
It is 31. 6 points for Kevin Walsh. He had 13 against Old Forge this year, and again, perfect from the line. Now they're just making him, they're kind of icing him by putting time on the clock.
One bench wants time on, one bench wants time off. Yeah. 31 and 1/10.
Well, they had that pretty clear, what they wanted.
7th team foul, so Walsh is going to shoot. Again, if you're Mid-Valley, box the shooter.
Dunmore as a team, 69% on the season. Walsh, I told you, he missed his first of the year. It was O'Connor. He's just going to take it right in. Nope, they'll get him on the floor. Remain Mid-Valley ball, but an opportunity to cut into the league.
You give him 2 shots on that.
They did?
They did.
Okay. My bad.
7, can cut it to 5. Again, if you're Mid-Valley, go for the steal, stop the clock, box out, rinse and repeat.
O'Connor 1 for 2 on the night from the line. Well, if anything, they're making it interesting.
Here you go, offense, defense again. Miller out, Mercanti in. If you're Dunmore, possess the basketball.
Who are you fouling? Walsh again?
Well, you don't have the value of time. You're under 30 seconds. You're at 26 seconds.
So anyone.
Whoever has the ball has to be the guy you foul. Just can't let a wide open layup go.
As that happens. Good job by Kevin Walsh, just floating out there. And the ball stuck. That was
Mid-Valley ball.
Mid-Valley, yep. 7-point lead, 12 seconds left.
Can't get as high as gentleman with a stick.
Temporino in for Walsh. Nope, they want to call out. No, they're going to call timeout. Mid-Valley timeout, yep. Well, you have a 7-point play in 12 seconds.
I mean, you know.
No Reggie Miller on the court, so I don't think we're going to see a steal.
You know what they're likely going to do. More than likely. There you go. Nice shot from the corner. Shooter's touch there. You know what they're going to try to do. They've run America's play out of bounds every time. Ball comes in, screen to the corner. Guy pops out, looking for a 3. Problem is, you don't have time to wait. You got to get it in. I believe Mid-Valley has 1 timeout left. The ball goes in, the clock will run, so you have to call timeout quick. Dunmore shooting free throws last 3 times they went. Ofer.
Yep.
Front end of 101s.
Well, that's contributed to the gap now, 7 points. They were up 13 at one point.
At about the 2-minute mark, we said, what do we need to do? First thing, if you're Dunmore, is you got to hit your free throws. If you can score with the clock stopped, then you have every opportunity to win a basketball game. If you're Dunmore playing defense here, challenge without fouling. Box out and rebound. You got the crowd behind you, obviously.
Hazelton couldn't get the handle and he missed it. Late whistle, 5 seconds left. That will just about do it, I think. Dan Walsh going to go to the line, the junior. He had 27 against Holy Cross and 25 against Carbondale this year.
He's a do-it-all kind of player. He's one of those guys that I'll do what it takes for my team to win.
That would not look good.
Boy, they are struggling at the free throw line.
Such a good player, he shoots just 55% from the line. Well, at least he hit the second one. I think he's going to finish with 5, but more importantly, he's going to finish with double digits and rebounds. O'Connor launches, and that will do it. Dunmore upsets the top team in the division. At home, the final score 49-41. Mid-Valley will drop to 15-3, 7-2 in the Lackawanna League Division 3. Dunmore improves to 8-9 overall, 4-4 in the division. Matt and I will be back with our Scranton Shamrocks Players of the Game after this.
This is High School Hoops presented by NEPAbasketball.com.
Back in Dunmore, the Bucks upset the Spartans 49-41. We're back with our Scranton Shamrocks Players of the Game. First, Daniel Walsh, the junior. 13 rebounds tonight, just 5 points, but you're doing it all around. No matter what it takes, you're going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, not my best offensive night, but it doesn't matter when you guys got guys like Tommy Doherty, Tyler Majeski coming up, playing big for us, Kevin coming in, bench play, Frankie Ruggiero hitting threes, Steve Borgia going off tonight. It's just a team effort, and we can get it from anywhere, and we just got to get back on track here.
You guys lost 3 of 4. What was the difference tonight? What was the effort like?
Just knowing we still have something to play for. The league is a stretch now, but we're getting ready for districts, and we got to go in that getting hot, and we have the potential to do it. We just got to start playing together, and we'll be fine.
This guy next to you paced you guys, Tommy Doherty. He's got that nice arcing shot, but it counted tonight.
I mean, he's big for us. We go as Tommy goes, and he's just always there for us, and he can do it anyway too. Rebounds, points, assists, anyway for us.
Okay, let's bring him in. 14 points for you, Tommy. What did the win mean to you guys tonight?
I'm glad the boys are back. We've been struggling lately, and we've been playing together, and we've had some good practices lately, and I'm glad we're back.
How can this help you now? I mean, you have to play Holy Cross yet. You have to play tomorrow against Carbondale. Do you feel like you can get a little momentum now?
Yeah, I think we got to bring the same energy to those games as we did tonight.
Will you guys be difficult in districts, you think, and why?
I think we could be a hard team to beat. I think that if we play the way we did tonight and bring the same energy, we could be a hard team to beat.
Okay, it's just one game, but it's a big win over the Spartans, isn't it?
It is a big win. Feels good.
Okay, our Scranton Shamrocks Players of the Game. We'll bring Matt Schaefer in now. Thanks, Tommy. Good luck tomorrow. Hey, good. They did it all around. Dan Walsh did the rebounding, Tommy some scoring, Borgia with some rebounding, and it seemed like the ball was bouncing their way tonight.
That's right. And, they did a couple of the things that they needed to win. All they had to do was extend the game on the offensive boards. They rebounded very well, controlled the offensive side of the court, got themselves extra possessions. And on the defensive side of the ball, they kept the ball out of Rosencrantz' hands, made it hard for him to beat them.
You said before the game you thought it was more important for Mid-Valley to win, so they didn't win. What does it mean to them?
I think that's difficult. Now, we found out during the game that Redeemer upset Sem. That's big. Mid-Valley's got to close out the year. The key is if they can get some momentum over the last 4 games as you go into the district tournament, you have the opportunity to make a really nice run and get to states.
Well, Redeemer and Seminary look like the favorites in the District 2 3A, but again, they split this season. Mid-Valley's right there. Watch out for Dunmore and Carbondale.
That's right. You never know what's going to happen when you get the districts. Just because you play have a good record all year doesn't mean that you're going to close the season well in the district tournament. You never know. It's one game, one night. You never know who wins those.
Thanks for filling in for Coach Booch.
Thanks, Booch.
Okay, hope Coach Bucci gets ready. Our next game, we'll turn right around on Monday. We'll have Wallenpaupack and Valley View. We'll be on the air at 7:30 as the Buckhorns take on the Cougars up there in German or Jessup somewhere. Archbald, that's where Valley View's at. So we'll be live at 7:30 right here on MyTV. So that's going to wrap it up here from Dunmore. The Bucks with a big win over the Spartans by 8 for the entire Fox 56 Sports crew. For Matt Schaefer, this is Bob Hyde saying so long from Dunmore.
This is High School Hoops presented by NEPABasketball.com.